Hiya folks, welcome back for more Let's Play Martian Memorandum. If you recall, we were just about to take some pictures of a Miss Shantel Vargas. I think that's her name? Yeah, Shantel Vargas. And see if we can get some incriminating evidence that might kind of let us pry some information out of her. So, we need to look at the camera. I wonder where she is. So, dancing? Well, that's interesting, but not what we're... Well, what's this? Okay, now, if I'm correct, various photos. So, let's get... There we go. Now, let's go pay Miss Vargas a little visit and see if she's a little bit more compliant now that we have something on her.
Yeah?
Once again, my name is Tex Murphy. I'm a private investigator. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Tex Murphy, don't you have an office across from my apartment window?
Let's see.
You are the peeping Tom. I ought to slap your face.
Wait a second. Before you get any ideas, watching you dance isn't the only thing I've seen happen in your apartment.
What does that mean?
You know what I'm referring to. I've seen him giving you the happy powder. Possession is a criminal offense, up to 10 years if memory serves.
If you had proof, you might have something.
Well, let's try this again.
Yeah? Tex Murphy, don't you have an office across from my apartment window?
Yeah, I know. I should have offered it to you after the last one. Photos. Okay, alright, ask your questions. Okay, there you are. Alexis is a good kid. She's prettier than me, but I'm easier for the right guy, not you. I've got no idea where she's gone, but it was probably with that tall, dumb, greasy actor, Rick Logan. If you see her, tell her I'm sorry. Don't know Angelo? Don't know anything about the guy, other than he worked in the movie business. She met him several weeks before she moved out of my apartment. By then, we weren't really speaking civilly to each other. I guess it was my fault. Tell me about yourself. Look, I'm a damn good model, but lately I've been partying too much. I got kinda strung out and it's starting to show. You don't know Mac? The shuttle? Okay. You'd like him, Murphy. He's a raunchy little man with a camera who likes to see women in compromising positions. He's a lot like you. That's actually a pretty good burn. I don't know anything. You know, Terraform Corp. A rich, powerful man, but that did not impress her. Didn't want his help, but she couldn't shake him completely. In the last little while, Alexis started getting very resentful. Okay, let's end. Okay, after this, how about... Well, excuse me, folks. I gotta pause the video here for a second. Sorry about that. The cat was starting to act up a little bit. Well, we're kind of low on leads here. This is starting to remind me an awful lot of the first game, the way you had to hunt around for leads. But the only real thought I have is maybe Jacques Sparrow knows a little bit about this.
Mon Dieu, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, do we really need to go through this again? No, we don't. Rick Logan, you say he's an actor? Maybe Alexis met him when she did some work for Galactic Pictures. Okay, well, that's something right there, isn't it? Let's cancel, let's end. I guess I gotta ask about it to get an address, don't I?
Mon Dieu, what the hell are you doing
Sorry,
here?
folks. Galactic Pictures is a third-rate film company. They specialize in cheap exploitation thrillers. I did some publicity work for them. Alexis did some work there too. They're also the same studio that came up with Joltavision. The process of wiring theater chairs with electrodes to increase intensity of the film experience. Last year in LA, they smoked and fried 20 patrons in their seat. Needless to say, they've got some legal problems. Geez, gets stuck sometimes. Well, let's see. Okay, that doesn't help me at all. We're gonna have to do this again.
Mon Dieu, what the hell are you doing here?
Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to go back to Texas office, then hit up the comm link and ask Stacy.
What's up? I'll transmit
There
the
we go.
address.
That's what I need.
See you later.
Standard rule. The address for Galactic Pictures is a run-down, dingy, two-story building in a very ugly part of the city. I step into the seedy lobby and read the directory. I walk to the office where Galactic Pictures should be, but there's nobody home. I open the door and look inside. It appears that Galactic Pictures has recently closed its operation, and there's no sign of a forwarding address. Oh, darn. That doesn't help a bit, does it? Well, you know what this means, folks? This means that it is time for our date. Remember, we get that earring? So, how about we take care of that? Since, well, actually, we haven't seen Rockwell Bach, have we? Let's see what this does. The work address for Rockwell Bach looks more like a home. It is a large, solid house with lavender brick walls and white stone trim. I walk in and am greeted by a young, pretty face with a nice smile. She asks if I have an appointment. I tell her why I'm here, and she leads me into Bach's office. It's obvious why Marshall Alexander hired this guy to be part of his corporate brain trust. That's a bad pun. What can I do for you? I hope you're a good PI. He'll have to be to solve this case. They didn't give him a voice. Angel Andretti, he was a congressman that was murdered. He's a murdered congressman. Okay, so we know more about that case. Headstrong, beautiful girl, her past hasn't been totally innocent. When she was younger, I spent a lot of her time straightening her out. I'm sure Mr. Alexander told you his daughter was kidnapped. I'm not so sure. Just before her disappearance, she started to fall back on old habits. She became very resentful towards her father and his company. If she ran away, I don't really know where she would go. You didn't know Rick Logan? Alexis mentioned Shantel on occasion. I believe they were friends. Where is the right word? Police Lieutenant Mac Malden was the officer who investigated Alexis' disappearance. Came up with nothing on the kidnapping theory and no leads to where Alexis was. Jacques Sparrow was a professional photographer who used Alexis as a model in recent months. I must say I didn't approve of some of his work. Alexis is beautiful, but she didn't develop any marketable skills. She did the best she could with what she had. That's what most of us try. As a corporate attorney, I enjoy a special relationship with Mr. Alexander. I consider both Alexis and Marshall to be good friends. He rarely makes any business decisions without me. No one ever gets to know Marshall Alexander very well. A man who climbed to the top of the business world makes many enemies. Unfortunately, Marshall Alexander is one of those men. Alexis has always been indifferent towards her father's company in the past. Marshall has confided to me that the majority interest of Terraform would go to his... Excuse me, I'm going to yawn. Control of the business world. Let's read that again. No. Control the business world go to Marshall's wife, nor Desmond Alexander. For that reason alone, it's of utmost importance that Alexis is found. I think with the right counsel, Terraform would be much better off with Alexis. I did read that right. Okay, if anything happened to Alexis. Okay, so we know that. Yes. Okay. Well, with all of our leads exhausted, let's go on our date. Maybe we can pump the, that secretary for information. And I'm sure Tex wouldn't mind just pumping her sexually. Ha. So, Plaza Hotel. Come on, text. Nothing here. Let's look around. Okay, entrance to the internationally famous 4-star restaurant Clements. Well, we don't want to show up at a date empty-handed, do we? We could at least use flowers and maybe chocolate, so let's go to the gift shop over here first. Let's look around. What can we find? Lipstick. Skincare products. What is that? Okay. Diamond necklace. Nah, we're not that. What? Personal hygiene products? Okay. Friendly counter attendant. Just stick around. A perfect rose. Apparently all the roses are genetically engineered. Yeah, let's see. What is that? No, that's the exit. I want to look at back. I want to look at that statue. Darn it. Oh well. Almost out of time here, folks. So, it is time to cut the video. Next time, we get geared up to go on our date, which is just across the hall. But we get geared up. We probably will buy that flower and some candy if I can find any. So until then, take care, everybody. See you next time.